Sesame, here comes Rastaman. Abacadabra, catch me if you can. I know you find it hard to believe that I am the genie of your lamp, and I can do anything you wish, but right now I'm commanding you to dance. Stepping up.
Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Mark Vieira over here in Sunnyvale, California, and I'm just going to go through some basic stuff here in my log that I keep every Sunday. So let's begin. We had quite an amazing sell-off this week, reaching a height of almost 6% off the 1687 high, but to settle, we're right now about 5.5% off the 1687 high. Excuse me. And let's see. Start off with a long term. Okay, just going to look at the monthly chart here. Going way back, I've got these trend lines off of the top of the bodies and the upper wicks here. And it's amazing now if I zoom in on this. Okay, so I've zoomed in here. We had just looking right here. This candle still has one more week left, so it's unless something tremendous happens, I think we're going to close somewhere in this area with this candle below this upward parabolic trajectory. This line is signifying that we're breaking that trajectory. And a confirmation to this long topping tail was a good foreshadowing of events right there. So the monthly is currently bearish. Another week it closes below this line. However, if it stays above this 1575, this is an important support, and it's holding to it. And 1600 is even better for a more bullish scenario. Below that, and I think we'll be looking at for some more decent levels to play around with. Okay, the weekly chart is bearish as well. It is showing a positive light. There's this supposed to be a bullish pattern descending, broadening. The problem is it could go on for weeks before we see anything from that. But just wanted to show that we are in a downward broadening pattern on the weekly chart. Another thing with the weekly is I've been watching this flag, and we're getting an initial move. Of course, we had one out of it here, but didn't quite get to the target. So right now we're right at 1592. So this pattern, I'll just throw this in the archive. Okay, quick look at the daily moving averages here. Came right down, found support off the 100-day, and we can see the 20-day is we have a falling 20-day moving average, and the 50 days leveling off. So the daily charts are getting pretty interesting. I'm actually able to draw a downward sloping trend channel. Haven't been able to do that in a while, but I'm still not closing above midpoint of the previous candles. I tend to still think of this is an indecision, spinning top, marking upper and lower ranges, not quite knowing what to do next. So I think that's a initial stages of exhaustion in the selling going on. But that's not to say that there isn't going to be any more selling. I believe it's important that not closing above midpoint here is extremely bearish for the time frame that I'm looking at. Now I'm looking at measured moves up for a time. Now I'm seeing have an initial bearish leg here, corrective phase, and I believe we're going to see more out of this in the form of a measured move, which could end up being a corrective leg in a larger measured move up. we'll see. Now, as I was saying before about these patterns liking to do these false breaks, exactly what this flag did, just did a false break upward, and we're dropping down now and we're looking for the downward target on this pattern. And that's the same with the symmetrical triangle. We had a false break up, and now the real move is setting in, and this is the target that I'm looking for on that. This is an interesting one that I posted a while back, and this is a broadening ascending pattern. Let's get myself out. And it broke to this false breakout point, which acted as support and resistance here. It was a pivot point. And that's kind of why I'm revisiting this, is, this could be a good target down here. And of course, everybody's favorite, head and shoulder pattern. And this is the target that would be equal distance from you measure, this is the neckline, and from the head to the neckline, and equal distance would be this, the conservative target. And this is probably see a lot of buying going in to coincide with a lot of these target patterns. It's kind of interesting to see sometimes. Of course, everybody's looking at the U.S. dollar. This is explaining a lot of what the action that's going on in the stock market. The dollar, of course, is reacting to good news as it should be reacting. Slowing down on the easing policies is supposed to be good news. So the dollar is reacting perfectly well, and stocks don't like a strong dollar too much. I go a lot more about that into my logs, so I won't get too far into that. So now let's look at some SPY volume. That's one of my favorites is volume. Now on hotstockmarket.com, there's some guys at Kablam and Rock that really know their way around volume analysis, but I'll go over some of the basics here with you. And this is what the notes that I've been making along the way. Just going back here, an increase of volume on this bearish candle, a lot of profit taking, high volume. Now here we're closing above midpoint, so this is one of the reasons that I'm going with the exhaustion, near-term exhaustion. I still think we go lower, but I think the initial push had a good flush down here, and I think we're going to see a little bit of slowing down on the bearish activity. We had decrease of volume on this move, closing above midpoint, so that's slightly a positive sign there. Of course, on the daily, I'm seeing just downsloping RSI. So I think this is still overall bearish with a little bit of some positive signs, in the near term. So moving down to a smaller time frame, I want to go to the hourly. This is a 10-day volume profile, and okay, on the hourly time frame, showing some support, and if I blend these two candles, I get a tweezer here, a top tweezer there. So this is a range, pretty tight, flat, looking for a base, and looking at the strength index, still showing a negative bias here. So this is sort of confirming what I'm looking at on the daily, is just kind of an exhaustion between the buyers and the sellers, just looking to see what the next move is going to be. We're above VWAP, looking at this node right here as picking up some activity. And of course, the point of the 10-day hourly chart, 10-day point of control is 163.5. Still looking at a negative bias, but finding some interest in here is telling me that the correction that we're all looking for may not be as big as everybody's anticipating. And I don't come up with that just from an hourly time frame. Actually, let's look at the 30. On the 30-minute time frame, seeing somewhat the same thing. This I can blend into a bottom tweezer showing us building a base down here, and then this is looking like exhaustion setting up at the top here, with a slight positive strength index, and the 5-day point of control is over here at 165.5 as well. Okay, well, that's pretty much it for what I've got. Of course, y'all know where you can come to hotstockmarket.com, and you can find me over, there's my trading log. You can vote in the sentiment polls. A lot going on over there, so hopefully I'll see you there.